expecting it. He's old as shit now.
Some truly psychotic individual seasons. 87 Magic, 91 Jordan, 2000 Shaq, 06 Kobe, 2013 LeBron. But have we ever seen anything like 2016 Stephen Curry? I mean, seriously.
Didn't get his ring though, but Kyrie Irving, nigga. Yeah, Kyrie. And LeBron.
The long-range dead-eye shooting, the scoring, the efficiency, the iconic moments, the records, the awards, and the fact that he fundamentally changed the way we play basketball. Although it didn't end how he wanted it to, Steph impacted the NBA unlike any player we've ever seen. So here's the story of 2016 Stephen Curry, or as I like to call him, the anomaly. Steph's iconic 2016 season was fueled by what happened just a year prior. So here's a quick recap. In 2015, Curry made the monumental leap from rising star who finally got over all of his ankle injuries to MVP on the #1 seed in the NBA. It was a shock, but the team was too young. The Western Conference was too strong. Steph needs more reps on the big stage. Oh, never mind. The Warriors won the title. And then came the hate. Golden State got lucky, they had an easy path to the finals, and Curry didn't even win the finals MVP. That was
He did not.
The conversation around Steph and his squad headed into the 2016 season, the belief being that they were just a one-hit wonder. So in an interview before the season, Curry responded to the noise.
I apologize for us being healthy. I apologize for us playing who was in front of us. Apologize for all the accolades we received as a team and individually.
Nah, I like this. I like this response right here. I like this response. This is a tough response.
I'm very truly sorry, and
W Kaiser.
We'll rectify that situation this year.
And rectify he did. On opening night, the Warriors raised their 2015 championship banner as a final middle finger to their doubters. And then during the game, Steph hit them with one more.
Open shot for Curry. Curry facing a triple team. Fires and hits. Here comes Curry. Curry all the way. Curry is open. For three. Yes. Curry getting off to the terrific start. What a foul. And a count. Here's Thompson on the left wing. Curry comes up. And a count.
Draymond still crashing out, still fouling. Bro, who would have thought that the Warriors would have traded Klay Thompson before Draymond Green, bro? Shit's crazy.
I'd say he rectified the situation in the first game of the season. 40 points in 35 minutes, including 24 of those in the first quarter. The message sent by Curry was clear. Last year was no fluke. 2 nights later, they faced the Pelicans again, and Steph put on a show. Through the first half, he had 15 points, a couple threes, and a few assists. But then in the third, he turned into a psycho. No-look dimes, deep off-balance triples, a behind-the-back hop-step layup, and a sidestep and 1-3 to cap off a nuclear 28-point quarter.
Fucking nigga Steph, man. I remember that game. I remember that shit. I remember like early 2016 watching the season. I was like, bro, yo, this nigga Steph just got better, nigga. This nigga actually got better. Oh, bro, I was fucking terrified, and I had a right to be terrified because these niggas turned into some demons.
We were just a few games into the season, and this dude was miles better than he was in his MVP season. Yeah. He finished the game with 53 points, 9 assists, 4 steals, and 8 threes, pushing the Warriors to a perfect 3-0 start. And they kept rolling. It was win after win after win. And on November 12th, in a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, the opportunity to go 10-0 was sitting right in front of them. And Curry snatched it. He went crazy for 46 points and 8 threes in the win. Golden State was flawless, and Steph was ungodly. In fact,
look at the nigga eyes, man.
Golden State was flawless, and
nigga in the flow state right now. Nigga shit dilated.
Steph was ungodly. In fact, throughout the entire 2015 season, Russell Westbrook had led the NBA with 4 20-point quarters. Curry already has 4 in 10 games. The guy was a human heat check. Seriously, you know those long bombs that guys shoot after they made 3 or 4 threes in a row?
Yep.
Yeah, those were regular pull-ups for Steph as soon as the game started. The NBA had never seen...
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. When I get to talking to my grandkids about Steph, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna let them little niggas try to gaslight me into thinking that their little generation that they got going on is better, nigga. Hell no, nigga. Hell no.
Anything like this. And what made it even crazier is that it resulted in winning. Steph with 34, they win. 37, win. 40, win. 41, win. 40, win. 44, win. It was like finding a cheat code in a video game. The Warriors were now 23-0 to start the season, shattering the previous record of 15-0 by the 1995 Houston Rockets. And on December 11th in Boston, they were looking to extend their record. Number 30 made sure it happened. 38, 11-8 to reach that crisp 24-0 mark. And then they lose to the mediocre Milwaukee Bucks the very next night. We were halfway through December and the Warriors finally lost their first game of the season. The streak was over, but it put 2 topics into the limelight. Just a couple months into the season, Curry was already running away with the MVP. That was unheard of, yet something even greater was unfolding. Golden State was now on pace to break the single season win total of 72 set by the 96 Chicago Bulls. We were witnessing a historically great season, but there's still a long way to go. Headed into the new year, Steph was being Steph. He railed off 8 30-point games in the month of January, keeping the Warriors on track with a 44-4 record. It was a great month for Steph, but February Curry was magical. In the first game of the month, he went ballistic for 51 points and 11 threes on absurd efficiency for his second 50-piece of the season. But this was just
2016, the NBA was at an all-time high, bro. I'll never forget this shit.
a teaser. A few days later, he lights up Houston for 35, then Portland for 31, 36 on Atlanta, 42 on Miami, and then his third 50-point game of the year against the Orlando Magic, nailing half-court shots and laughing at the crowd in the process. The chef was a demon. This led to their final game in the month of February, and the opponent? The third-seeded OKC Thunder, led by a two-headed monster in Durant and Westbrook, eager to knock the Warriors off their historic season.
Yes, nigga KD, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's not your body, man. That's not your body, man. That was never your body. That was never your body, man. And you had us all fooled. We all thought KD was that guy, man.
Plus, it was a Saturday night on national television. The world was watching, and Steph was ready to add a little lightning to the Thunder.
Curry fires away. And bang! Curry from the corner. Another. Curry, long distance. Pops it in. Steph Curry with another. Especially shooting Curry. For three. Crossover. Step back. Three-pointer. Bang. Curry from downtown. Pops it in. Steph Curry. Defensive plays.
Now that I don't have as much hate in my heart for Curry, I could really appreciate this shit. Know what I mean?
Curry for three. Nails it. They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry. Way
I
down.
remember this shit. This nigga strong. Bro, I really thought, this nigga was just doing anything, bro. Who takes a game-winning shot from half court?
Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining.
The chef served up a nasty 32-foot game winner for one of the most iconic moments in NBA history, and tag on 46 points, tying the league record with 12 threes in the game on 75% from downtown. If the MVP wasn't already locked up, it is now. In fact, during the game, Curry broke the NBA single-season record for threes made, and we're only in February.
Again.
From this point on, the Warriors were on the hunt to beat that 72-win mark by the 96 Bulls, and they were right on track until they hit the final week of the season. After a loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves, Golden State was 69-9 with 4 games remaining in the season. They had to be perfect to break the record. First off, they faced the 67-win San Antonio Spurs, beating them by double digits, and then squeezing by the Grizzlies with a 1-point win. 2 down, 2 to go. But the next game was a big one. A rematch against the Spurs in San Antonio, which was damn near a death sentence because the Spurs hadn't lost at home all season long. They were 40-0, and with the Warriors on the verge of history, something had to break. But I'll tell you what, it wasn't Steph. Curry torched the Spurs for 37-5-5, giving them their first home loss of the season. This was huge, which leads us to the final game of the year at home against Memphis.
Nah, that NBA script was on some crack. That NBA script was on some crack. Both the regular season and the finals came down to the wire. What a season, man.
Get the record, lose, and tie the Bulls. But I mean, let's be real, Steph wasn't going to disappoint.
Green finds Curry, open three, hooks it in. So Jordan was ready for 15, moves forward for 10, and Curry, oh my goodness. Curry again. They play differently than a lot of teams now in the league. Old-fashioned way, as Curry does it. 403-pointers in the season. It's official number 73. The greatest regular season in NBA history now belongs to the 2016 Golden State Warriors.
46 points, 10 threes, and the Warriors are the winningest regular season team in league history at 73-9. Truly a historic season. In fact, during
I wonder who's gonna go 74-8.
this game, Curry surpassed 400 threes made on the season, 402 to be exact, on 45.4% from downtown, which is beyond insane because if we look at the three-point rankings during that 2016 season, no one is in the vicinity of his combination of volume and efficiency. And not only was he the first to surpass the 400 threes made mark, but he was also the first.
I like to hear JJ Redick talk about Curry when it comes to shooting threes because from another sharpshooter to another sharpshooter, you could just hear the appreciation for Steph in JJ Redick's, like, you know, his talks.
First player to crack the 300 mark. It was insane. And even with the increase in threes over the last half decade, no one has sniffed him since. Not even himself. It was an anomaly. And for the cherry on top, Steph is named the first unanimous MVP in NBA history to cap off one of the greatest individual regular seasons of all time. But let's keep in mind, it don't mean a thing without the ring. With the championship, Curry would have a chance to cap off the greatest season by an individual player ever. No doubt about it. But it didn't start out too hot. In Game 1 of the playoffs against the Houston Rockets, Steph tweaked his ankle. He'd end up leaving the game and missed Games 2 and 3 of the series. Golden State still got themselves up 2-1 in the series by the time he returned in Game 4, just to sprain the MCL in his right knee, leaving the game and missing the rest of the series. Thankfully, the Warriors had strength in numbers, taking care of the Rockets without Steph in 5. But his MCL injury was worse than we thought, as he missed games.
That was one of James Harden's only chances to legit go to the finals. Not when he was with Chris Paul, when they had a weak, like, Warriors, bro. No Steph. All you got to worry about is Clay. If we got the James Harden from 2018 or 2017, he was torching these niggas.
1, 2, and 3 of their second round matchup with Portland. But the Warriors survive without him and have a 2-1 series lead as Steph makes his return in Game 4. And the man was clearly very rusty. Through 3 quarters, he had just 13 points on 6 of 18 from the field and 0 for 9 from 3. It was bad, but when it's clutch time, the chef is the baddest man alive.
Debatable.
Curry fires up a 3 and it goes. Curry, long 2 is good for Curry. Lovely in pick and rolls in there is Stephen Curry. Their lead now. Curry left wide open, right between the eyes. Here he comes, Curry.
The MVP showed up late, scoring 10 in the fourth, and then an NBA record 17 points in overtime to finish the game with 49-8 while letting the world know he was back. The Warriors crushed the Blazers in 5, moving on to the Western Conference Finals against the OKC Thunder. And through the first 4 games, Steph and the Warriors were at their worst. He was averaging just 24 points on below average efficiency that we're not used to seeing from the MVP. And the team followed suit. Golden State lost game 1, bounced
Good goons.
back in game 2, and then got blown out in games 3 and 4 in OKC. And now all of a sudden, their back is against the wall, down 3-1 in the series. A comeback that has only been...
I think this is like, bro, if you really think about it, bro, if these niggas just won the finals, bro, this would have been such a crazy season. Steph would have probably been looked at as like a fucking god.
Accomplished 9 times in league history would have to be pulled off. Which is honestly some great news because Steph and the Warriors have been all about making history this season. In Game 5, Curry bounced back, 31, 7, 6, and 5 to survive and force a Game 6, where the man answered once again, 31, 10, and 9 alongside a 41-point nuke from his splash bro to miraculously force a Game 7. And at home, the babyface turned into an assassin.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah. Look at this nigga. Look at this face. Demonic. Looks fucking evil here, man. Steph, please. Chill out.
That's by the switching Adams. Curry fires. Yes! From here on the road. Curry got the step. Curry on a step back. Yes. 21. Here's Curry. Yes. Using some of the trouble.
I like Steven Adams. He's a good guy.
And he fires. Becoming only the 10th team out of 233 to win a best-of-7 series while trailing 3 games to 1.
Steph rectified last season and sent his team back to the NBA Finals for the 2nd consecutive season thanks to a monster 36.73 performance. But his toughest challenge was now in front of him. The rematch. In Game 1, Steph was bad. I'll straight up say it. 11 points, horrendous efficiency, yet the Warriors still blow out the Cavs by 15. And Game 2 was a similar story. He put in just 18 on better efficiency, and that's really all they needed, as they blew Cleveland out of the water by 33 points to take a commanding 2-0 series lead. It was almost...
Steph, why no one's... Because y'all like to say, oh, Steph is clutch, Steph is this. Is he clutch in the finals?
Too easy, and it seemed like back-to-back titles were on the horizon, until they got rocked in the face in Game 3. The Cavaliers walked all over the Warriors with a 30-point murder to get back in the series.
Bro, I remember going into church, right? I remember going to church and niggas was in church with me and it's like, oh, it had this one Warriors fan, aka Warriors bandwagoner, nigga, because he probably don't even fuck with the Warriors now. Nigga came to church, I was saying like, oh, so what happened last night? Niggas quiet. I like when they quiet. Because he was talking his shit the whole season, like, oh yeah, it's a repeat. LeBron who? LeBron what? Yeah, alright. You better fucking respect LeBron. You better respect LeBron, nigga. You better respect.
You are my sunshine, the only sunshine. You make me happy, the sky's so gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Again, Curry wasn't great in Game 3, or in the entire finals for that matter. However, in Game 4, with a chance to take absolute control of this series, he delivered. After a back and forth first half that saw Cleveland take a 5-point lead into halftime, Steph went off, erupting for 11 points in the third quarter to put Golden State up 2. And in the fourth, he went for the kill shot, pouring in 13 to put the game away. When they needed him the most, he showed up. Steph and the Warriors take a 3-1 series lead, and I think we all know the history. It's a deficit that no team has ever come back from in the finals. But like I said earlier, the Warriors have been all about making history this season, and that goes both ways. In Game 5, Steph struggled with his shot, and they have to go back to Cleveland for a Game 6.
History is coming.
A controversial
LeBron
Game 6.
is coming. Kyrie.
Halfway through the first quarter, Steph got hit with 2 fouls, and he couldn't believe it. In the second quarter, he got hot for 15 points, but picked up another foul in the process. 3 more, and he's gone. In the third quarter, Curry got dinged for another, and in the fourth, it went south. On what was a crystal clear swipe and steal of Kyrie's dribble, Steph shockingly got hit with his 5th foul. And with 4 minutes to go in the fourth, he picked up his 6th. Not pleased with the call, he screams.
That 6th foul was insane. I'm not gonna lie, that 6th foul was kind of crazy.
In the fourth, he picked up his 6th.
Really being honest.
Not pleased with the call, he screams at the official, throws his mouthpiece.
But, hey, this is the Warriors we're talking about. Let's be honest. They get calls all the time too. Let's be honest.
Hits a fan, gets ejected, and we're somehow going to a Game 7. All the 3-point records, the 73-win season, the unanimous MVP, and all of Steph's other accomplishments from this golden season led us to one final game. And he came out ready. Curry drained 2 threes in the first quarter, but after that, he wasn't himself. He was missing shots that we'd seen him make all season long and turning the ball over in crucial moments of the game, finishing with just 17 points on 6 of 19 from the field and 4 for 14 from 3. And in the final minute, he got hit with a dagger. Kyrie nails a sidestep 3 on the ISO with Steph to put Cleveland up 3 with less than a minute to go. Curry tries to answer, but he clanks it, and it's over. One of the greatest individual seasons of all time crashed and burned with all eyes on him in the final game of the season. Maybe Stephen Curry really is just a one-hit wonder.
This is good docs, man. This is good docs, man. Nah. I gotta give it to him. That 2022 ring is what cleared all the fraud, all the KD fraud allegations, man.